It's a windy day today. Greetings. This is an impromptu on the spot of the moment, live. I decided today, I took the day off today, so I decided to do my 4 mile trail walk by the water. I'm gonna flip it, or do I have to turn it around? Is that way to flip the camera? Here's the way. I decided everybody's out here with their boats, they're fishing, fixing their ramp over here too, which is good. It's getting beat up and old. So people are out here fishing and walking, and this is one of my favorite spots to come to do my walk on the boardwalk. So I decided to do my a quick little impromptu live and be on the boardwalk with my fave Puget. The Puget is not the ocean. It feels like the ocean that I have. Love of the ocean. I love the ocean so much. Love the ocean so much. I'm starting to. I mean, I kind of knew this because I knew this about myself a long time ago. I knew this about myself a long time ago. I'm 50. When I was in my 20s, I saw this. I knew this clearly. And I started to really work on myself because I started to understand that I could only receive what was happening within me. I started to understand that on a deep philosophical level. And I started to do a lot of inner work in my 20s and my 30s. And I still do the inner work because I'm always seeing on the outside of me what's happening within the inside of me. Isn't that beautiful, y'all? That is love. That's love right there. And I started to understand that my own level of self-esteem and self-worth was always reflected back into the man that I was, the man that would be in my life. It was always reflected back to me. And I started to realize that I had to develop and cultivate a deep, deep, sincere love and acceptance of myself if I wanted to experience that with a man. And as I answer so many questions every day in DMs on my TikTok, I'm beginning to understand there are a lot of women out there who don't know that. I'm beginning to understand a lot of women don't know that they have to love themselves first. You already have the love of God, so that's a given. That's a given. Because you're here, you're created, you're breathing, your heart's pumping, and you're not telling it to beat. That's a given. That's a given that you're already a loved creation of God. But if you don't feel that way inside, how can you receive that from a man? Right? How can you receive something that you don't have? How can you pray for something that you don't have? You have it already. You just don't really know what it is, what it looks like, and what it means, and what it feels like to love yourself. How not to lose yourself in marriage? That's a hard question for me because I don't know what that feels like to lose yourself. Because how does a human being lose themselves? If you know who you are, you know what you like, you had hobbies and passions before marriage, why would you stop in marriage? If there were things you enjoyed before marriage, why can't you continue to enjoy those things in marriage? My marriage never ever stopped me from being who I am. I've always been the same type of person that had the same type of interests, passions, hobbies, activities. So I don't understand how people lose themselves. Are you still doing the things that you loved before marriage? Is it like because you have children? Yeah, things are going to change once you have children because you're going to be giving more of your time to your kids. But even with my kids, I built a village. So with my kids, I always had help. I always had support. I never felt like I had to do things alone, which is a crazy concept. I seek community. I had my husband's family. I had my family. I always had someone with me as I was raising my children. So I never did it alone. So I still had time for myself. And that's what I tell women: if it's your children, it means you haven't really built a community, right? And you have this crazy concept in your head that you're supposed to be doing all these things by yourself. You're supposed to be having a village, as women often have, right? Well, look at my salami, y'all. This is an impromptu live, so I'm just on here. I don't know. Free speaking. I'm just free speaking for as long as I feel like it, and then I'll answer your questions if you guys have questions. So I just think self love, yeah, I just think, how do you expect to be loved deeply and sincerely and truly? How do you expect to be accepted and not rejected if every day you're rejecting yourself? If every day you're saying unkind, unloving things to yourself, every day you're pessimistic about life, about yourself, how do you expect to have that reflected in another human being? So, like I said, when I was in my 20s and I learned how everything was set up, I learned how God set the universe up. And I learned very much about, I started actually working really deeply on myself. I started doing really deep inner work. I started hearing my thoughts. I started hearing what I was saying to myself. I started hearing how I was limiting myself. I started flipping things quickly. And now I do it instantly. Yeah, I don't let negativity stir inside of me for longer than 3 seconds before I said something different that I want to believe. Because I get to choose my beliefs, just like you do. We all get to choose our beliefs. So if I'm saying unkind, unloving, mean things to myself, wouldn't that be reflected back to me? If I'm saying I'm not good enough, if I'm saying I'm not smart enough, if I'm saying I'm not pretty enough, or whatever people want to say unkind things to themselves, wouldn't that come back to me in someone else's mouth or head? Right. So I choose how I treat myself. I choose how I treat. I'm intentional with the way I treat myself. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm going through your comments. This is very impromptu. I'm at the water. I'm at the water. I'm at the water. My favorite spot on the planet by a big, beautiful body of water. This is my love. Okay, let's see. I'm talking. Let me go through your comments. We're living apart as the wedding is next year, but you did the Nika last week. Any advice on how to build a connection? Um, I think you have to stay in touch with each other. You have to talk every day. You have to share your day, share what's in your head, share what's in your heart every day. You have to share your day, share what's in your head, share what's in your heart every day. Um, each other. How far apart do you live? Are y'all not able to see each other physically at all until next year? I would try to still see each other if he can travel to you to come see you. Since you guys did the official nikah, I mean, you're married. You should, make the intention to see each other because you guys need to be in each other's space as much as possible. And then outside of when you see each other, you should be talking every day, right? Staying in connection. You guys only met twice, yeah. That's interesting. Um, let's see. I'm going through. Let's see. He visits you every weekend. Okay, so that's strange. So if your parents don't want you to go out just together, why don't you guys take a chaperone? Do you have a brother or family, or would your parents accompany you guys places? You guys should be trying to spend time together. I would try to get out of the house, explore new things together. And if you need a chaperone, try to find a chaperone. But yeah, you guys need to be doing things together, especially when you're newly married. That's like the time where you're in the honeymoon phase. You're in that sweet spot, that sweet honeymoon phase, right? So yeah, I would try to. She said, "Be sneaky." We only advise good over here on this channel. We only advise good. I would just try to get a chaperone if they're very, very strict as far as you guys being together in public. See if they would allow a family member to accompany you. But that's good. You get to spend time on the weekends because y'all just need time together, right? Oh, but why would they see it as a bad thing if you guys have a chaperone? I don't know. Some people are very strict, and some people aren't. So you definitely have to respect your parents, but see if they would let you guys have chaperones or maybe go out in groups. I know some Muslim parents will let their kids go out groups. So you have to kind of maybe keep pressing and seeing. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think, but some Arabs are very strict. So I I don't know. I can't really speak to that. I would say just maybe try to get him to allow you to have someone chaperone you guys if he doesn't want you guys together. You're in public, so what are y'all gonna do? And you guys are married. Wait a minute. Hold on. You guys have done the nikah. That means you guys are married. So why can't you be together in public? I don't know about that one. That's a new one on me, girl. That's a new one. Um, okay. But my topic today was just about I always just thought differently. I always thought, well, how could I expect to get something from someone else that I don't have? Like, how can I expect to be loved by a man and I don't love myself? I just think, and I tell women this all the time because I think a lot of women don't even really know what self love is. They think it's so exterior. They think it's in how you dress, what your makeup looks like. You can see women that are, girl, fully made up, the perfect size as you think, perfect clothing, and inside I'm telling y'all they don't love themselves. And you can tell from people's choices. You can tell from their choices how they feel about themselves. Do they allow people to disrespect them, mistreat them? Right? Self love is deeper than what you're wearing. It goes so deep. And there's levels to it too. There's so many levels to it. And it starts with really hearing your thoughts about yourself. It starts with that. That's how you can start to hear how you really feel about yourself, how you really feel about possibilities in your life and what you can achieve and what you can do and what you can have. What are you saying to yourself? How are you speaking to yourself every day? Are you present? Are you even listening? Because as I work with people all over the world, women, what I find is they're not hearing themselves. And they speak, and I can feel the energy under the words as they're speaking. And I point things out to them, and they're like, "Oh my God, I never heard that before." Like they don't actually hear what they're saying to themselves. They don't hear it. You pray this to Kara. Yeah, I thought you guys already had the nikah. So if you're already officially married, then I don't understand why you guys are not able to be together. I'm a little confused on this. I'm a little discombobulated. What do I think is important? I think getting to know each other very well, what each person's likes are, dislikes, having honest conversations about that. Because you never really honestly know someone until you live with them. So you're gonna learn him on a whole different level when you live together and having respect for each other. What the other person likes isn't like, same deal, right? Trying your best to understand them, even though they're gonna be different than you. That's a part of it. It's a part of it. It's I'm trying to understand them. When you're like, I don't do that, or I don't think that, or understanding where they come from, understanding their background, understanding their childhood that has created them to be a certain way. I think understanding is an important part of especially early on. Even I think throughout, it's like and having respect for each other. I think that has to be the foundation of a really good marriage. If there's not respect for each other, there's gonna be some issues. There's gonna be some problems, right? But I think, oh, that's so cute. People are putting the locks up here. Y'all know how in Paris they have the locks. So people started putting up the locks, like the love locks, where you write your name. I don't want to touch them; they're all rusty. But oh, that's so cute. Somebody did the twin flames one, where you write you and your love's name on the lock, and then you lock it. They do it in Paris, so I guess they're trying to do it out here in Washington State. Huh? That's kind of cute. You're not sure how you feel sometimes. Um, this is the reason why you have to ask. You have to have good conversation and communication with the person you love. You have to be able to be honest and real with each other and talk, especially when there's misunderstandings, because there will be. You're two different people, two different backgrounds, two different families, everything, two different mindsets. So you will have misunderstandings, but the more you can communicate, you'll be able to clear them up. Okay. Um. Yeah, girl. H. When I first met my husband, I knew I was going to marry him. He said the same thing about me. I knew. I knew. I felt feelings that I, and I tell you guys, those feelings are rare. I haven't felt those feelings a lot in my life, but I knew. And as I got to know him more, I really liked his character. I liked who he was as a person. I liked his values. I liked where he came from and the people that raised him, the morals they taught him, the values they taught him. I was very impressed with him. And he's still, that's why I would say, y'all, character doesn't change. He's still the same person, you know, still the same person. Um, and that's important. That's important because they have a good heart. A good-hearted man is a good thing. Seriously. I'm not sure how long I'll be on here. It's kind of, yeah, we don't force feelings. We don't force feelings. It's kind of breezy out here today. We don't force feelings. It's not necessary. We don't have to seek anything. We just have to make sure we're happy, we're well, you know, we're living a good life. We're proud of ourselves, we're proud of our life, proud of the life we're creating. And we're doing things we enjoy, you know, doing things that make us feel good. And we will just be in a good space to receive the person that's of us. We've done our inner work. We love and accept ourselves. You know, we're treating ourselves well. And we will be in a space to receive someone that's like us. Someone that's like us, right? Um, you'll know if you have your guards up. You'll know, you'll feel it. You'll feel it. You'll feel if your heart's not open. Always, like I tell you guys, hand over heart, eyes closed. I always tell you guys this to start asking yourself powerful questions. I ask myself powerful questions every day with my eyes closed, hand over heart. How do I really feel about this? What do I really think about this? And the more you get to the truth side of yourself, the truth will set you free. So you could be asking yourself, is my heart really open? Am I really, or do I still have my walls up when it comes to receiving love, giving love? How do I honestly feel about love? I think it's a beautiful thing. I love love. I love feeling it. I love giving it. I love receiving it. I love all of it. So when I got married, I didn't have any walls up. Zero walls up. Heart open, mind open, 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 ready to receive, knowing I deserve to be loved in the way I was loving myself. Knew that deeply I deserve to be loved in the way I'm loving myself. And if that person can't love me in the way I'm loving myself, why would I have this person in my presence? Why would I do that? If I have people in my presence who don't love me in the way I love me, that's always about me. It's not about them, it's about me. Right? What if he's a good guy but you're not feeling him physically? I think you know who you are. You know who you are. Some women are okay with that and some aren't. Me personally, I have to be attracted to a man. I have to be emotionally, spiritually, intellectually, and physically attracted to a man. That's me. I know me. Who are you? Who are you? That's a question for you. Hand over heart, eyes closed. What type of attraction do I need to marry me? I have to love his mind, his heart, right? I have to look at him physically and be attracted. That's me. But we're all different. Some women, I think they have names for this thing too, y'all. Some women only need to be intellectually attracted to a man. Because you see some men and you're like, he's not very attractive, but he has a great mind. And his wife loves him dearly. So you just got to know who you are. You got to set standards for yourself based upon who you are, not what other women are doing. And I always tell you guys this all the time. We are individuals. We were created individually by the most high, most loving God. which means we're individuals. We're not the same. We don't think the same. We don't necessarily want the same things. And the more you start figuring out who you are and what you need, what you want, you'll create the life you want because you'll know who you are. But if you're creating your life based upon what other people are doing, other people's expectations, you'll never be happy. You'll never be happy. And that's what you're supposed to do. Especially in your 20s, you should be discovering yourself. I'm still discovering myself, and I'm 50, and I still learn new things about myself. I have no problem being alone. I love being alone. I love spending time with me. I'm my favorite person on the planet. Girl, if I get a day off, like my daughter is at her friend's house. Her friend lives in one of the houses back there. So I dropped my daughter off to see her friend, and she's gonna spend with her friend. And then my son Issa is doing homework, and my husband is at his business, and I'm enjoying time with me. It's mommy me time. This is gonna be a day for me. Thank you. You look great too. Thank you. So so I love me time. So right, right, because I like spending time getting inside of me and figuring me out, figuring out what I want to do. What's my next steps? And where do I want to go? What do I want to eat? What do I want to learn? Right? What do I want to listen to? What podcast do I want to listen to? Right? Me time is great. It's great. Hi. Hey guys, how are you? As you guys are coming on, I talk about self worth and self love because I know it is the key to a healthy, loving marriage. Your high level of self worth, your high level of self love is the key to having a healthy relationship with a man. So I don't really focus on men. I focus on women because I think a lot of women actually don't love themselves. They think it's surface. They think it's all surface. They think it's, oh my body, my makeup is good. Oh, my clothes are just right. Then I'll feel amazing. Oh, if I just do something, then I'll feel amazing about myself. Oh, if I get the right shoes, then I'll feel wonderful inside. And all they're doing is they're just on this never-ending quest to make the exterior look amazing, and they're not focusing on the interior. And they don't understand the interior is really attracting what's coming into their lives. If they would just focus on their thoughts and their feelings, they could create different results. So that's why I do the work I do. This topic today was the love you're seeking from a man has to live with it. I've had so many women all across the world do this exercise. I have them put their hands over their heart, eyes closed, and ask themselves a question. The question: do I love and accept myself? Y'all can do it now. Y'all can do it now. We're always going to start with the truth. The truth will set you free. So, what's the answer? Was the answer an immediate yes, girl? Yes. I love me. I love and value me. Or was the answer no? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about me. What do I think about Moose? Let me tell you what I think about apps. Because I know people who've met amazing, amazing husbands on apps. Then I know women who haven't met amazing men on apps. I don't think it's the apps. I think it's you. Like I always tell you, you're attracting what's in you. So I always think it's you. So for the women, did y'all hear about Mamdani and his how he met his wife on Tinder? Did y'all hear that story? Or not? Was it Hinge? It wasn't Tinder. Tinder. It was Hinge. He met her on Hinge. I just think who you are is reflected back to you. It doesn't matter if you're on an app. It doesn't matter if you're on a boardwalk. It doesn't matter where you are. The men are coming to you are a reflection of you, and you got to ask yourself why. Why are these type of men crossing my path? Right? Because Mamdani met his wife on Hinge, right? And we don't know. I don't know the inside of them. I can only see the outside, and that's what people think. You guys think because you can see the outside of people, but that's who they are. It's so much deeper than that. And you should always, when you are talking to men, you should be trying to figure out what's going on in the inside. You should be asking powerful questions to see what his mindset is. You should be looking at his behaviors to see what his character is like. You should be searching like a detective in the inside. You should be digging down, way down. The same way you should do with yourself. You should be always in the inside of yourself, listening, listening for judgment, listening for criticism, listening for unworthiness, listening for limits, how you're limiting yourself. What are you saying to yourself? You should be a deep sea diver. Oh, a deep sea diver. That just came to me. Like how these guys are in the fishing boats. They're getting ready to go find fish. That should be you with yourself. You're the ocean. You should be exploring yourself to figure out, how am I blocking what I say I want? Is there fear in there? Is there lack? Is there unworthiness? Is there, what's inside of me? What's going on way down deep inside of me that I'm seeing on the outside of me, that I'm seeing in other people when they open their mouths and I hear their mindset? Oh, is that my same mindset? Oh, do I not love myself? Oh, maybe that's why I have this man in front of me with doesn't have a good sense of self-esteem. Maybe that's why he's not ambitious. Um, oh, I just gotta work on that voice, that little voice in me. That's mean to me. Do you say mean things to yourself? Do you say good things to yourself? Do you say mean things to yourself? How do you speak to yourself? And is that the voice of your parents? Or your parents very critical? And now you're super critical, and even how you think about others. Well, that's about you. You always criticizing people. Are you so calm? You have compassion for people. You have compassion for yourself. These are the things. These are the things you have to explore within yourself. This is one of the reasons why I love you, because I like exploring in me. I like figuring out, what do I really want? What's my next level? What do I want? I have all the things that I want right now. Is there anything else? And how do I receive that thing? How do I get in my way of receiving the thing I'm asking for, that I'm praying for? How am I in my own way? Right? You keep asking your husband for expensive gifts and he keeps saying later, and you've been waiting for 5 years. Do you believe you deserve expensive gifts? Then what's expensive to you? Can you buy your own expensive gifts? If a human being is not doing something for me, can I do it for myself? That's what I would ask myself, right? If he doesn't want to do something for me, I can't force it. I don't have control over his wallet, but I have control of my own wallet. And he may find it, he may look at that expensive gift and be like, that's stupid because we got bills to pay, I got bills to pay, or I'm trying to save for retirement. So, you know, my husband has bought me expensive things before, but whenever he was like, no, it's probably not a good time, or we got to plan for this or plan for that, I would go get it myself if I really wanted it. And then, why do you need expensive gifts? It's a real question. Is it for validation? Is it to make you feel good about yourself? Do you have savings? Are you planning for retirement? Do you have investments? Right? Because to be honest with you, when I used to buy really expensive things, it was just to feel good about myself. Because I started to associate buying expensive things with value, right? But my savings wasn't where it needed to be. And I want to retire. My retirement investments weren't where they need to be. So I don't really buy expensive gifts anymore. And if you look at most of the quality of things, the quality is so crappy, right? I was looking at one of my bags the other day, a Valentino bag, and I bought this bag probably 2 years ago. It's a real bag, and already it's the emblem. Something's chipping off the emblem already. So I was like, even what they call expensive, bro, that stuff is all made in China, and it's crap, most of it. So now I'm more about quality. I like quality. Things don't have to be expensive just to be quality. And you'd be surprised. You can buy used things. Like I have a couple of used bags, nice bags that were made long ago, real leather, real quality versus the things that I bought more recently where the quality's crap. So what does expensive even mean to you? What does that mean to you? Are you associating that with your value as a human being? It's stuff. It's stuff. It has nothing to do with your value. So the better question is, why does he not want to spend a whole bunch of money on these things? Is he saving? Is he planning? The one thing about really good men is they're always planning for the future. So my husband doesn't necessarily buy expensive things, but he's putting money aside so he could do other things, so he can have assets, not liabilities that are sitting around that have actually no value. So these are things you start thinking about as you get closer to the age where you're like, I don't really want to work anymore, or I want to work less. I want to have more money put aside. I want to have assets, land, property, things that actually earn money, go up in value, not just expensive things that actually are liabilities and that actually don't really have a great value, right? And that's the kind of man you want. You want a man always thinking about the future. You may be thinking about the present. I just want to look cute right now. I just want to be cute right now. But he's thinking about future. His future, right? So, and my husband has told me, like, that's a dumb purchase. Like, I bought things that honestly were like dumb purchases. He's like, you're stupid. So, what is the point of that? You're going to wear those sunglasses for what? And it's funny because the most expensive sunglasses I bought, I've lost. I bought a pair of Chanel glasses. It was like last summer, where I lost those glasses. These glasses I have that are my favorite sunglasses. I got these off Amazon, and they were like $20. And I've had these glasses for like 2 years, and they're some of my favorite glasses. So I don't mind frugal, girl. Frugal men have money. The people who just spend, they usually don't have money, or they're not planning for the future. So, like I said, what is he buying? Is he buying investments? Is he buying land? Is he buying property? Is he buying businesses? What's he buying? Is he just buying designer stuff that doesn't have any real value? So, does he have savings? Like, you guys are looking at the wrong thing. You're looking at the wrong thing. You know, I don't see anything wrong with frugal. I don't just spend money just to spend it. It's like, it has to have a purpose, right? Because I want my money to grow, right? I want it to grow. But that's a whole nother topic. You guys got me on a topic. I guess it kind of is topic because people sometimes buy expensive things because they want to feel good about themselves. It's fake. It's a fake love. That's not what real love is. Real love is feeling good about yourself because you're on the planet and you're breathing. That's why you need to feel good about yourself, not because of what you're wearing. And I live in an area where we lived in Atlanta before. We moved out to the West Coast like 13 years ago. And in Atlanta, everybody's very flashy and showy. And I have to show that I have money. I have to show everybody that I have nice cars and nice things. And most people there are broke. We came out here to the Seattle area, where some of the wealthiest people out here, you can't even tell. You cannot tell they have wealth. It's quiet. It's maybe they have a nice car. They may have a Tesla because they're into the environment out here. They have a nice home. They have a nice home in the water, right? But how they dress, bro, it's like it could be because of the weather too. But it's more quiet, right? Yeah. To me, that's what I like too. I like travel. Like I'd rather spend my money on travel than spend it on designer stuff. I like experiences. I love to travel, and I love different cultures. I like experiencing different cultures. I love history. So those are things that to me are more valuable than just a pair of Chanel glasses that I lost. It was crazy. Even my husband was like, that's so crazy. And he's taught me to like. I learned from him the value of assets. I learned from him like how to think about money differently. And I used to be a spendthrift. If you gave me 1,000, I spend it in a day, and then be like, oh. But he's really taught me about long term, thinking long term, not just short term, right? Because what are you gonna do? I mean, he's the one that got me thinking this way, and then bought land and property overseas and property here, and so That's the kind of man you want. You want a man that's gonna check you. Be like, girl, you tripping. You tripping, right? That's a real man that's gonna check you. We need to be checked, right? Because he loves you and he cares about you. He cares about you guys building wealth. It's important to him. So he's gonna tell you when you overspend. You're spending too much. You're spending way too much. You have a budget, you know? I have a budget now. I have a business budget. I have a household budget. We have a household budget and business budgets. So yeah, we're very particular. We're very particular about where our money goes because we have businesses too. So we got to think about investing in our businesses, right? So when you start thinking differently and you really love yourself, you stop attaching self love to materialism and things and stuff. Nothing to do with how you treat yourself. You can treat yourself well on a budget. Believe me, you can treat yourself well on a budget. Okay, let them lie to you. Tell you different. Most broke people are the ones who are flashy and spending money that they don't have. That's why they're in this situation, right? Okay. What do I think about a guy who wants my merit lower? I think that's a personal decision. I think you have a right to ask for whatever you want to ask for. And if you're smart, you'll ask for something that's going to appreciate over time, whether it's gold or property, something that has value, real value that will appreciate, right? That's what you should be asking for. But that's your right to ask for whatever you want to ask for. But I also would consider what he can afford too. Like you can't be asking for a $300,000 house and he's making 30,000 a year. I mean, you have to be practical too, right? But I think that's a real honest conversation that you guys need to have around what you want and what he can afford, and then come to a mutual agreement. Is what I would say. Me personally, I'm a different type of person. If you guys can tell, I'm real different. And when I first met my husband, he wasn't in a position that he's in now. He was 24, so I knew he didn't have a whole bunch of money. So I was very very simple, but I just always felt like I was going to get to where I wanted to go, and he was going to get to where he wanted to go. I always knew that. I can't tell you why. I always knew. I knew the type of work ethic he had and how ambitious he was. I knew he was going to do it. And I believed in him. I believed in him. That's another question. Do you believe in him? Do you believe in his dreams? Is he working towards his dreams and goals every day? Do you see it? Is he making an effort? And what are your dreams and goals? Because I'm that type of woman just to depend, I put my whole life in a man's hands. I just don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. So I was always working towards my own goals too. And now we're working on our goals and we're building wealth together. So um, yeah, if you're from different cultures, you still can talk. I think a lot of times, to be honest with, and I tell women this all the time, you guys aren't being honest with men. When you start being real honest, you're gonna get your needs met. But you're gonna have to learn how to be honest because you guys can negotiate. You can say this is what I want. You can say, well, maybe I can't afford that, but what about this? You guys can go back and forth with it until you come to an amount that is doable and is acceptable to both sides. This is why um, I think that those discussions are important because you'll be doing that in marriage too. You'll be learning how to talk, have honest conversations, compromise in marriage. So the conversation is the beginning of it. To start it, let's have some honest combo. Let's have some honest combo over here. Okay? So we can understand how the other person is thinking. But people can't read your mind. I was telling my daughter today, I'm still teaching her how to ask her dad for what she needs. Because I want her to feel comfortable asking men for what her husband for what she needs. So she needs, we're going to Africa, inshallah, for over the Christmas break. And she's like, oh, I got to get some stuff. She wants to get some stuff. She's really into clothes and stuff. Oh, I love that. And so I was telling her, go ask your dad for some money. And she's like, he just bought me some stuff a couple of weeks ago, and I don't know. And I said, you're gonna have to get real comfortable being honest with him. You're gonna have to get real comfortable because your dad is not thinking about your clothes. He bought you some clothes 2 weeks ago. He's not thinking about clothes for Africa, but you're thinking about it. So you have to tell him you're thinking about it, and you have to ask in a polite, nice way. You know the look you give to your dad. You know that. Because I used to give it to my dad. So, away, go. So she's gonna mull it over, and hopefully she'll have the courage soon. She wants me to do it. She wants me to go ask him. I said, no, you go ask him. Because I'm forcing her to learn how to be honest with men. I want her to be very honest with her husband about what she needs. Exactly. Exactly. How are y'all not just discussing financial goals? Exactly. Is that AI? Does AI suggest topics of our lives now? Future planning and assets. Exactly. Don't just think about spending money. Think about growing money. You just think about spending. I just want to spend, 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 spend. And then what do you have to show for it when you're 80 and you don't want to work anymore? Or you can't? Are you just going to depend on your kids? Oh, my kids will take care of me. Which is how a lot of us grow up thinking. Oh, my kids will. I'll just live in my kid's house and they'll just take care of me. Because you never planned, right? Thank you, AI. I'm suggesting things. Let me see. Hold on for a second. I want to see how many miles I did. Thank you, AI. I'm suggesting things. Let me see. Hold on for a second. I want to see how many miles I did. How many miles I did real quick. Almost at 2 miles. That's good. So my goal whenever I walk, y'all, is like I want to do 10,000 steps. 10,000 steps is like 4.4 miles. So I think I'm halfway there. So I just go back and walk. See the water? I just go. And the sun went in, and so it got really, really cool. Like it got cold out here, y'all. The sun went in. So it's kind of breezy out here. But I'll hang out while I'm walking. I enjoy, I enjoy teaching. I remember, and I asked people this: what did you like to do when you were a kid? The things you like to do, girl, I promise you, your talents and gifts are in those things. Your God given talents and gifts are in the things you love to do as a child, and you can make money doing those things. You can make money doing the things you love. So when I was a kid, I used to set up my dolls, and I would have school. Girl, I had curriculum. I had templates for them. I had a whole story in my head. They were doing their alphabets. They were doing their homework, and I was the teacher. I've always loved teaching. Always. That's why I do what I do. I like teaching. It's fun, and you can make money. If you're living every day of your life going to a job you hate, that means you don't know yourself. That means you don't know yourself well because you're supposed to be making money doing things you love, right? Even in my business, my insurance business, I'm teaching people. And you know what's funny as I think about it? My other thing, favorite thing to do when I was a kid was I used to like to play store. So you know how like they had those little cash registers, the fake ones when you were a kid, and you could buy food, the fake food. I would play store with my sister, and I would like sell her stuff, and she would put stuff on the conveyor belt, and I would ring it up, and we had the fake money. So I liked business too. I like that too. As I think about it, how can you combine your natural talents and gifts in the service of others? That's the question you're gonna ask yourself. Hey, pretty. That's the question. Bulldog. That's the question you want to ask yourself. How can I combine my natural gifts and talents in the service of others? How can I provide this as a service? Because if you do what you love, you'll never feel like you're working. You just feel like you're having fun making money, and it'll be a good, good, good time. I promise you. That's what I feel about life. I feel like it's supposed to be enjoyable, right? I'm not supposed to be suffering, right? Okay. Do you guys have any questions? This was impromptu, y'all. I was just doing my walk, and I was like, let me just, because I had read some comments. Sometimes I read these comments on my page, and they send me in a tailspin. Literally, I go in a tailspin inside my head, because I'm like, are there women on the planet that still think this way? And then I think, oh, I have work to do. Then it inspires me. I got work to do, because there are women on the planet who think men are just doing things to them. Men are just doing all these. horrible things to me. All the men in my life have done all these horrible things. And I'm thinking, was it by force? Were you kidnapped? They put you in a basement? And all these horrible things happen. All these horrible things happen. And why did you stand up for yourself? Why did you say no? Why didn't you just choose something different? Right? I always wonder. And then it goes back always to their level of self-esteem and self-worth. It always goes back there. And then when they start to get to the truth of how they really feel about themselves, then they say, that's why I laughed at for so long. I thought I wasn't good enough. Or I didn't think I deserved better. Or I didn't have my own money, so I was forced to stay. It's crazy, right? Are you guys saying, let's see, 20-year age gap? Remember I told you, H, what I think about life? I think you get to choose as you please. So the real question is, how do you feel about it? And that could be a hand over heart, eyes closed question. What is my truth? How do I really feel about a 20-year age gap? And what do I want from this man? If you know who you are as a woman and you're okay with it because you're getting what you need from this person, it wouldn't bother you. It wouldn't bother you. Because why do I care what another human being thinks about what I do? So I put the question back on him. How do you feel about it? And why do you care what others think? Why do you really care what another human being who is not paying your bills, why do you care? Not providing your health insurance. Why do you care? Why would I care what another human being thinks about what I'm doing? The only thing I really care is what does God think? Did God say there's a problem with the 20-year age gap? Nope. Does this person treat me amazing? Are they meeting my needs? Right? Am I happy with them? Do I love this person? So, who cares what people think? Most people are absolutely miserable. If you go on the internet, you can see that. You can see it in their comments. Miserable people write hateful things. Miserable people that have so much misery way down and deep in the soul inside, and so much misery in their head and chaos. See what they're doing on the internet, and that'll tell you how they feel about themselves. People who love themselves, honor themselves, respect themselves, are always trying to help others feel that way. They're trying to honor others. They're trying to respect others. They're trying to make others feel good because they know how it feels to feel good. They're like, girl, I feel good. I want to give you some. You need some. You need some of this feel good. You need some of this amazing feel good inside. Let me share it with you. They're trying to share it. How do I share? How do I share my feel good? How do I share it with you? Through the camera. How do I share? I'll give you some feel good. Feel good, girl. Feel good. Here's some feel good. Right? When you feel loved and protected, safe, and special, and you adore yourself, you just want you just want to give it to others. You're like, why are you looking all sad like that over there? You know, I'm the one to see people looking sad and be like, what's wrong? Today's a bright, a beautiful day. Hello, how are you? Right? Let me buy this person a coffee. Because they look like they need a coffee, girl. They need a tea. They need something. Let me buy them something. You know, feel better. Right? Have you ever done that? See somebody in the coffee line behind you and they look absolutely miserable. Girl, their energy, the aura is misery. And then you buy them a cup of coffee. You tell the person, the drive-through girl, listen, I'm going to pay for my coffee and their coffee behind. Just because you're like, dang, I just want them to feel good for at least 10 minutes while they're drinking the coffee. Do that sometimes. Do that sometimes. And what you'll see too is like, as you give, it'll warm your heart. You'll feel really good. You'll feel really good inside, right? Oh, I love my kids so much. I love them so much. Um, I try my best with my children. The thing about my kids is I'm always in their head. I'm always telling them I'm proud of you. You're so smart. If I ever hear them say negative things like, well, this assignment is hard or this teacher is, I'm like, no. I'm like, no, you're smart. You're gonna figure it out. Do you need a tutor? Because I don't understand their work. So girl, I'll get them a tutor real quick. My kids know. Do you need a tutor? It's my favorite line. Do you need a tutor? Because what I'm trying to teach my kids is You don't have to know everything, but you have to know to ask for help. You're not going to know everything, but if you inside yourself are saying, I'm stupid, I'm not good enough, I don't, and you're not asking for help, guess what happens to you? You grow up to be an adult that does not love themselves because your parents made you feel horrible that you couldn't solve 2 plus 5 or whatever the problem was. Mina's doing like pre-algebra. Don't even ask me about pre-algebra, but I will get you a tutor. And while your tutor's with you, like Issa had a tutor last summer, he would come to the house and they'd be in the backyard tutoring. And while your tutor's out there, I'm the one bringing Jamie lemonade, sweet tea. You're doing so good. And as the tutor is telling him, oh, he's getting it. Because what the tutor does is, that's why you treat your kids a tutor if they get a tutor. The tutor reinforces to the kid that they're smart. The tutor will say things like, see, you figured that out. And what it teaches your child is all they need is help. But they're not stupid. They can't do pre-algebra by themselves. They just need help. And then I tell the tutor, because you know I pick up the tutor too. So I'm like, you're an amazing tutor. So then the tutor leaves hydrated, feeling good about himself, and then my kid leaves feeling like I can figure out anything, any problems in life. I can figure it out. I can just go ask somebody else smarter who knows. Why am I sitting here telling myself I'm stupid, right? So maybe I am. I don't know. I try every day. I'm not perfect. Sometimes they drive me nuts. But even when I do something where I feel like maybe I hurt my kids' feelings, I go apologize. I go talk to them. Because other thing you want to do is give your kids a space to talk about their feelings. Like if Daddy said something, I will say, oh, how does that make you feel? Tell me how you feel. Okay? And then we talk. Then I'll reinforce what I need them to feel about themselves. Right? So I do. I try. I try. I feel like the same techniques that I use on my kids, I use on my coaching clients. Same thing. See what you did there? See how you stood up for yourself? See how you got what you wanted? See how you heard your truth and were able to convey your truth to that person? See? You're amazing. You're amazing. You're amazing. And then they start feeling inside. Maybe I am amazing. Maybe I can have the things I want. Maybe I can love others. Maybe I should. Maybe I do deserve a good name. That makes me feel amazing. Right? And that is the best way to do it. I love it. It does something very, very good to the soul. I don't know what it is, but I love coaching. It does something for me. It feels better than money. It does something to the soul. It makes the soul feel brighter and bigger. So, yeah, girl. So back to the topic. What the topic was. Um, I you just have to focus on your own love and acceptance of self. You have to focus on being so kind to yourself, so compassionate, so forgiving, so understanding of yourself. That is your day to day work, right? And if you need help, you go get help. If you're faced with a problem at work and you're like, I don't know how to figure this out, go get help. And you can ask for help from Allah first, as y'all know. He's the ultimate provider, protector, helper. He says it. He says, I'm your helper. So whenever something's difficult for me, I'm going to the source. Ya Allah, I need some help right now. Y'all want to see how high the tide is? It's so beautiful. Oh my God. It's so beautiful. It's so high, y'all. The tide is like crazy high today. Look at this. This is so magnificent. This is what I love. Simple. Simplicity. Not a lot of money required. Simplicity. Simple. Simple pleasure. And this little kid's having a ball there. He's doing rocks with the When my kids were little, we would come out here in the summer and they would just be in heaven. We would stay down here all day. They loved it. They were very outdoorsy kids. I don't know what happened to them. They're not very outdoorsy anymore, but they would love to be on the water. That was like their favorite thing. It's getting kind of dark out here. It's getting kind of dark. Huh. Sun went down. Even look at the clouds, y'all. Look at the clouds. Y'all see that? Oh, it's so beautiful. Did y'all see the beautiful people? That's good. So good. And the more you can appreciate what is good about it, God will bless you with more. I promise you. I promise you. The more you can appreciate the simple pleasures and you can start expressing gratitude for simple things, He'll start dropping big things in you. But if you're always complaining about what's not working, what you don't have, what's not, look at the waves. Oh, look at the waves crashing. I'm scared to talk about it. I'm a little nervous. But if you're constantly complaining about what's not working, what's not going well, what you don't have, what could be better, you gotta stay exactly where you are. How you elevate, how you elevate is so I don't have a lot of battery. So when it dies, it dies. And I'm at like probably 3 miles now. I'm trying to get to 10,000 steps, which is 4.4 miles. So I have a ways to go. But stay grateful. Stay grateful. Gratitude is the best. Even when you pray, like after your prayers, like I just made prayer before I came out here. And after my prayers, I do my dhikr and I express gratitude and I express worship. Glory be to God. All praises due to God. You know, um, God is great. Um, I seek forgiveness. I do those in Arabic. And my fingers. I like the feeling of thicker on my fingers. And then I just feel so good. Oh wait, I've been on here for an hour while a puzzle just came. And then I just feel so good inside. Man, I feel so good. And then I came to the water. And it's simple pleasures, pure bliss. Simple pleasures. Because if you're chasing a lot of things, like you were just talking about expensive gifts, the chasing never ends. It won't fill you up. It won't fill your soul up. You'll always be wanting more and spending money you don't have and not buying assets and not planning for retirement. You'll just be spending because you think in the spending you're going to feel good. And you're going to feel good for about, what, a couple of days after you buy the thing. And then the feeling goes away because materialism won't give you, it won't sustain the feeling, right? It's like when you get a new car and you're like, oh, it's so good. It's so cute. And you get in and you drive, you're like, it's so wonderful. I love it. And then that feeling goes away after a couple of weeks. That's what I've learned. That's what I learned in the last couple of years. Like I was always on this quest for more stuff, more stuff, more stuff. And then one day I was like, oh, I don't think it's more stuff. I think it's more spirituality. And then I got closer to my faith. And now it's like, oh, that was the link. That was the part that was missing that I was always searching. And now that I have that piece, it's like, oh, life is so good. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. It's so fresh. It's really good. Oh, even the birds. Even the birds. Y'all see these seagulls? Even the seagulls out here flying. Every piece of it is art. It's art by the creator of the universe. That's why you guys got to be in nature so you can appreciate his art. His art will fill your soul up. Oh, look at that bird. Do you see the bird? The seagull, the very top of the light. His view is probably crazy. Can y'all see up there? I don't think y'all can see it. His view is crazy. He's just enjoying the art. He's just enjoying the art. Do you guys have questions? You guys are really quiet. You guys, this was an impromptu live. As y'all know, I usually do my live on Fridays, but I was out here walking and reading my comments, and my comments got me in a tizzy. They got me in a tizzy because I was thinking there are women actually on the planet that are worried about what men are going to do to them. Do those thoughts actually go through your head all day? What are men going to do to me? Oh my God, men are so barbaric. What are they going to do to me? I'm like, dang, did I have a father that loved you and made you feel special? I'm like, dang, did I have a father that loved you and made you feel special? I wasn't that. I wasn't that. So hubby was just calling the check. See what I was doing. While he's working. While he's working. I'm, I'm enjoying, I'm enjoying the art. I'm enjoying God's art. I'm at the art museum outside. I'm at the outdoor art museum. Yes, I am. I'm at the outdoor art museum. So beautiful. Everybody's just out here. And the way that I wish I could have you guys feel the ocean. It's not an ocean, but we feel like it's an ocean because it's salt water. It's called the Puget Sound. It's a huge body of water. It goes all around the Seattle area. And the way the ocean, the way the sound feels, like as you smell the salt water and you feel the waves and you feel the wind. It's so, I don't know how to describe it. Hold on. My headphones are coming out. It feels so peaceful. It's so peaceful. It's just like, here's peace just for you. Love you. That's how I feel like. That's how I feel like Allah loves us. That's the way I feel. It's like, here's some peace just for you. You're an amazing, one of my amazing creations. So I have a gift just for you. Here's some peace. Do y'all hear the waves? Can y'all see the waves? It's like, here's some peace just for you. Because I love you so. Here's some peace for you. Some peace for your soul. Right? That's what I feel about it. I just feel so loved when I'm with this creature. I can't really explain it. So I would tell you guys, get out in nature. I would tell you guys this. You can be near water, near trees, even if it's just cold. It's a little cold out, but just to do it. Let me see how many miles have I done, y'all? It's cold. It's a little cold out, but just to do it. Let me see how many miles have I done, y'all? Hold on. How many miles have I done, y'all? Hold on. Steps. I'm at 6,000 steps. So I got about 4,000 more to go, Jeff. That's a lot. That's a lot. And my phone's getting ready to die. I got like 15% on my phone. So when my phone dies, my steps are just in my live stuff. This was an impromptu live. I already did my topic. I did my topic already. And it was about honoring and loving yourself and not focusing on me. Focus on that first. Focus on feeling safe within yourself. Focus on feeling secure within yourself. Focus on feeling good about yourself. Focus on accepting yourself. Focus on only saying kind, loving words of compassion to yourself. Focus on the love that God has for you. Focus on that. Make sure that's right. When that's right, no one can harm you. I promise you. I promise you. All the fear you have about people harming you, it's unreal. Right? I don't live my life thinking about what other people are going to do to me. I don't think those thoughts. I actually expect good. I expect good to happen for me because I know how loved I am. So I'm like, how else could I not expect good? And when something happens that quote unquote doesn't look good, I try to find the good in it. I'm like, there's a lesson in here. There's some good in here somewhere. There's something I'm supposed to be or learn from this experience to be better. This is still happening for my good. I believe all's happening for my good in some way, shape, or form. And when I don't understand it, I go pray about it. I'm like, yeah, God, show me. What am I supposed to do with this? Why is this happening? How do I shift and change me so this can change? How do I shift and change me? Because he says I won't change you until what's in you is changed. So I'm thinking, how can I shift and change me so that I don't have to experience that thing again? But I'm not expecting bad things to happen to me. Like some people live their lives expecting that, right? And it's kind of sad because life is really good. It's really, 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 it's really good. Ate today. Hopefully you ate some. You had plenty of hydration, right? You're breathing. Your heart is beating. You're not saying to it, beat, beat. Now stop. Now beat. Your brain is firing. Your nerves are twitching, twitching. Your muscles are moving. My muscles are moving. I'm getting my 10,000 steps. The waves are crashing. Oh, it's so beautiful. The sound is beautiful. The seagulls are flying. The seagulls are flying. All is well in the world. All is well in the world. All is well. We have the locks out here, as they do in Paris. People are feeling loved. And what are you doing? What are you focused on? I only focus on good. I only focus on good. That's what I focus on. All right. That's what I focus on. Muslims are driving by, shouting at the window to me. That was funny. All is well. All is well. Planes are flying above head. Glad I'm not at the airport while the flights have been canceled. All is well. How do you talk to yourself? How do you express gratitude every day? How do you express gratitude every day? The kids are healthy. Boardwalk is holding up very strongly while I'm walking near the water, right? um, Everybody in my family is good. Life is good. Life is good, good, good. How do you express gratitude? Are you always complaining? Are you always living in fear, and lack, and doubt, and unworthiness? How do you live? How do you live? And then what's being reflected back to you? What's coming back based upon what's happening within you, right? So I have 9%, y'all. So when this phone dies, I'm done. I'm done with my life. This is a very long live. I don't think I've ever done a live this long. This was very impromptu because I had to do my 4 mile walk. So I was like, well, I was inspired to come and talk for a little bit because, like I said, when I read some comments, I'm just like, I don't think people really understand the way the universe works. I don't think they really understand. I don't think they've been taught properly about the way things work. So I think they live in fear because they don't, and they live in doubt and lack and scarcity because they don't understand how things really work. And I feel like because I've learned these things, I feel like I'm required to teach these things. I don't know. I feel like I'm required to teach these things so people can live better lives, better relationships, better careers. They can create opportunities. They can have more trust and faith in God and themselves, and they can make their lives better, right? Instead of creating chaos that they experience, they're just recreating it. They can create peace, 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 peace. Imagine if you lived every day just in peace, not in fear. Imagine how your life would be. Think it would look differently, right? Think it would look differently. I don't have much to say. You guys are quiet. Who on? Do you guys have anything to say? I feel like I did my topic. I feel like I talked for like an hour and a half, y'all. And I walked. And I'm walking. And I'm walking 4.4 miles for my 10,000 steps. My goal, I do this 3 times. I do it 3 times a week, 10,000 steps. My goal is to do 4 to 5 days a week. I want to get 10,000 steps in. That I'm gonna get. Walaikum assalam. Hassan, how are you? That's my goal. You need to come out here. You need to come out. You will love it. Look how beautiful this is. Look how beautiful this is. This is life. This is life. It's so beautiful. It makes me so happy. It makes my soul dance. Literally, my soul is dancing right now. You need to come see me. Walaikum assalam, beautiful. Because you would love it. You'd want to move out here. I'm from the East Coast. East Coast. I grew up in Philly on the East Coast, but the West Coast, yes, yes. The West Coast is the best coast. Don't let anybody tell you different. The West Coast is the best. The beauty on the West Coast, mountains, huge mountains, snow cap. We have a snow cap. mountains, water everywhere, hills, valleys. I love the West Coast. I love the West Coast. Seagulls up above, waves crashing, everything. Cliffs, many huge tall cliffs, huge tall cliffs. And the Pacific Northwest is different. It's very, very different. People are very laid back. Everybody's casual, very just chill. I like the vibe. It's a good vibe. It's a good vibe. I feel like there's more East Coasters moving out here though, so it's starting to change. So don't move out here. All the Seattleites always say, "Don't come, don't move out here." So we have enough of you guys out here already. Do not come out here and spoil our nature. And they are nature freaks out here, girl. They are nature freaks. Okay, they are into nature. They like to hike, bike, and climb mountains and all types of crazy things that I don't think. Well, I like to hike, but I don't not climbing mountains and stuff like that. But they love nature, and I get it now. I understand. This is spiritual. It's deeply spiritual. Nature is deeply spiritual. I tell y'all, it's like the art of God. It's like you're in the art museum. I'm in the art museum, and it's the best art museum ever. It's the best. So I have 6%. So like I said, when it dies, I'm off. But you guys have questions. I feel like I did my talk about the love you're seeking has to be in you. You can't be seeking things outside of yourself. It has to live in you first. So you know what it feels like and what it looks like. You know how to take care of yourself. You know how to treat yourself well. So of course you're going to expect the same treatment. If you're not treating yourself well, how can you expect the man to treat you well? That doesn't make perfect sense. Right? So I always gave to myself the things I wanted to receive. I gave it to myself. Right? I think I'm gonna go, y'all, because like literally it's getting dark because I have 6% on my phone. On my phone. I get to go back to my car. I'm gonna finish my walk and then I'm gonna finish. Today is a mommy me day, mommy treat day because I closed the office today. My kids are old enough. Mina's at her friend's house. Her friend lives in a house back over there, so she's at her friend's house and he's doing his homework and Daddy's at work and it's just about mommy today, all about mommy. So I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my day. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna finish my walk and then I'll figure it out. So I will talk to you guys later. My salons. I'll take all this off my sneakers. I'm gonna end.